presenting the transcription feature, Superman!
Up in the sky! Look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men, and who fights a never-ending battle against crime and injustice, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Taking a round-the-world cruise on the Clara M, last of the old clipper ships, Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen have met with some very baffling adventures. In our last episode, we overheard with Kent a strange conversation between Keith Barnaby, the peg-legged first mate, and one of the crew. A conversation which told us that the crew were working for Barnaby and not for Captain Hawkins. Our episode ended, Jimmy Olsen, lying on the bed in his cabin, was trying unsuccessfully to go to sleep when... But wait. Listen.
1066, William the Conqueror. Doggone it, all those dates of English history keep running through my mind. Battle of Hastings. Oh, gosh. It sure is kind of mysterious lying here in this cabin with the creaking and the... What? It sounded like... It is. It's the Whistler. Now it's moving off down the deck. Gosh, I'm scared. But I can't let that stop me. We gotta find out who that Whistler is, that's all. Gotta prove it isn't the spirit of a whistling seaman who was washed overboard years ago, like Teak Barnaby says. Yeah. I gotta pull myself together and follow that whistle. Whistle is moving up forward. Gosh, it's kind of eerie out here. Maybe I better go get Mr. Kent. But if I do that, the whistle may stop the way I did the first time we heard it. Better... Wait. There's somebody climbing up into the rigging. You! Stop! Stop where you are! Wherever he is, he's right up there above me. Well, I can't climb any further than the top of the mast, so I'm gonna climb up there after him. Gosh, this is harder than I thought. The rigging seems like it was alive. Oh, I almost slipped then. That shadowy figure. He's right above me. It seems to have stopped. It's not going any higher. Hey! Aloft there! Come on down! You're caught and you can't get away! It's right above me now. It's so dark there I can't see him. Just a second. Oh! My hand! Hey, stop it! You're stepping on my hands! I said stop it! I can't hold on! You hear? I'll fall! Stop! I'm falling! Oh!
I've got you. Hold tight. You're safe now. You're safe.
Superman! Oh!
Good thing I was walking about the deck and heard him calling. Oh, what on earth he was doing up in the rigging. I'd better get him down on deck again. Now. Down! The kid's fainted. Better get him back to the cabin as Clark Kent.
Oh, there. What is it?
This way, Barnaby. Something's happened to Jimmy.
Huh? What? Blast my eyes. The lad. Well, what is it?
I don't know. I found him lying on the deck here as I came around.
He's out colder than the mackerel. Better take him below.
No, his cabin will do.
I'll carry him. You lead the way, Mr. Kent.
All right.
There. I got you, lad.
Can't imagine what could have happened to him.
Oh, we'll know as soon as he comes around.
Here's the cabin.
Yep.
Put him on the bed there. I'll get some water.
Well, look at his hands. They're bruised. Skin's broken in places, too.
Looks as if they'd been stepped on. That's funny.
The Whistler. Gotta follow. Gotta find out.
The Whistler? Blast my eyes, Mr. Kent. I do believe
All right,
it.
now, Jim. Snap out of it. Come on, now.
Oh. It's you, Mr. Kent. Oh.
What happened to you, lad? Who done this to you?
The Whistler. I was trying to go to sleep when I heard him whistling outside my cabin. I followed and I saw somebody go up into the rigging. When I got close to him, he stepped on my hands. I had to let go.
What? You mean you fell from the rigging onto the deck? We'd best call the captain to look him over, Mr. Kent. If any bones is broken...
No, I didn't hit the deck. Superman caught me as I was falling.
Superman? And who might he be?
Well, I'm afraid he's pretty much a character in Jimmy's imagination, Barnaby.
Gosh, Mr. Kent, you've got to believe me. He came flying through the air as I was falling, and...
Oh, easy does it, matey. I've heard many a wild sailor's yarn, but these fates them all. A man that can fly, eh? Why, lad, you've been dreaming.
I'm telling the truth. How did my hands get this way, then, if they weren't stepped on? How'd I get down onto the deck without being hurt?
The lad's got something there, Mr. Kent. I'd best look to the rigging and see if there's anyone up there.
No, you stay here. I'll go.
Hey, Mr. Kent. However you'll have it.
I'll be back in a while.
Hi, Mr. Kent. That you?
Yes, Captain.
I just heard about the lad and was coming to see what it's all about.
Well, we found him lying on deck, unconscious. He thought he heard the whistler and followed him up into the rigging. I've just come out to investigate.
The whistler, eh?
Uh-huh.
It's beyond me. The lad's either having dreams...
He wasn't dreaming, Captain, and you know it.
What's that?
Something very strange going on aboard this ship, Captain. And if you're not aware of it, you're not the man I think you are.
I don't like your tone, Mr. Kent. I'm master of this vessel, and
I meant
won't
no
stand...
disrespect to your office, Captain. But it seems to me you're deliberately closing your eyes to a number of things that have happened on board.
What things, Mr. Kent? What things?
The whistler, for one. When Barnaby told us that legend last night about the spirit of a whistling sailorman haunting this ship, you tried to laugh it off. And then we heard the whistler. We didn't imagine it, Captain. We heard it. You and Barnaby and Jimmy and myself.
I no denying that.
Yeah, but you do deny that following that you were either pushed or thrown overboard. That you'd be dead now if I... Well, that is...
If what, Mr. Kent?
Well, if somebody hadn't miraculously saved you.
You say I was pushed overboard, Mr. Kent. I say I fell.
We won't argue it, Captain. Well, I can't pick out anyone or anything up in the rigging there. Whoever it was has had time to make a getaway.
Whoever it was is still aboard this ship, Mr. Kent. I'll have the Clara M searched from stem to stern.
Good idea, Captain. If you find out anything, I'll be in Jimmy's cabin.
Aye, right.
I wish I knew what's in that man's mind. Well, let me get on into the cabin and see how Jimmy's doing.
There, lad, was a murderous shark coming for the native boy. I saw the monster turn, billing upwards. Saw his great mouth reaching for the boy. And 'twas then I went into action.
What's going on here?
Oh, gosh, Mr. Kent, don't interrupt. Go on, Mr. Barnaby.
Well, I dove off the side of that pearl fisher. In my hand was a knife, which I always carried with me. I struck for the shark's belly, but he turned too quick, and the knife went into his back, up to the hilt. Then he dove, and I went with him, holding on to that knife handle. Blast my eyes, I was underwater a full 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Hey, lad, 5 minutes.
Gee.
Well, I finally got the knife out of his back, and I struck for his belly again. But this time, he was too quick for me. He luffed to windward and took my leg off clean as a whistle.
Gosh. Well, what happened then?
Well, I don't rightly remember, lad. Next thing I knew, I was lying on the deck of the pearl fisher.
Oh, but how'd you get there?
Well, lad, it was often I puzzled my head about that, but never could figure it out. However, the answer was made clear to me this very night. I must have been saved by Superman.
Quite a story, Deke.
I thought you were telling me the real story of how you lost your leg. Well, okay. Both of you can kid all you want to about Superman, but I know he exists. That's all that matters to me.
Find anyone in the rigging, Mr. Kent?
No, whoever it was has had ample time to get away. The captain's having the ship searched thoroughly.
Yeah, good idea.
Now, Jimmy, try to go to sleep, will you? And if you hear the whistler again, I'd suggest you call me before doing anything about it.
Don't worry, I will.
All right, good night. Coming, Barnaby? I'll walk with you as far as my cabin.
Hey, night, lad.
Was that really the way you lost your leg, Mr. Barnaby? A shark, I mean?
No, lad, 'twasn't no shark. I'll tell you the real story someday. Good night, dear.
Good night.
I wouldn't fill Jimmy's head with too many stories, Barnaby.
No fear, Mr. Kent. So does the boy no harm?
No, I suppose not.
Well, what do you make of this, Superman business? The lad's no broken bones, and if he fell from the rigging...
No, I can't account for it. But he may not have fallen as far as he thought.
Eh? Well, I'll leave you here. I'm going below.
Good night, Barnaby.
All right.
Well, I guess I better turn in myself. Oh, wait a minute. Now, that's odd. I wonder. I better have a talk with the man at the wheel. Good evening.
Evening, sir.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
Hey, it is, sir.
What's our course?
South east, sir.
South by east?
Aye, sir.
You're off your course then, helmsman.
What?
According to the position of the North Star, you're steering south by west.
I can't be, sir.
Well, look at it.
I got it, sir. You're right. Now, how could I do a thing like that?
That's what I was wondering. Better put her over.
Aye, sir, at once. And thank you, sir. Meant my life if the captain had found me. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night, sir.
That man's either a fool or he was deliberately off his course. And I don't think he's a fool.
Is Kent right? Was the helmsman deliberately off his course? And if so, why? And what is the answer to the mystery of the Whistler? What strange adventures await our friends aboard the Clara M? Be sure to hear the next thrilling episode of our story with Superman.
Tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky! Look!
It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman! Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.